Stuart Mark from BBC. If we look forward, I look back to that well-worn one year. You're probably the personification of the 7-year. It's just how does it feel that 7-year wait to get that second Six Nations outing?
Hadn't heard that one yet. It was great to get out there, great to get a win. Obviously, I lost my first game in Six Nations 7 years ago, so it was nice to get out there and get the win at the Principality.
What do you think it is that Andy Farrell sees that Joe Smith didn't?
I don't know, maybe I'm a better player now than I was back then. I think my game's improved. There's always been a lot of competition in there during the year, so maybe I just didn't fit Joe's eye, but that's in the past, not something to worry about now.
And is this the single most important game, arguably, of your career, and that it's world number 1 against world number 2 in your own backyard, and it's a game which probably 12 months ago you thought you might never feature in?
I hadn't really thought about it in a personal context, but in a team context, yeah, it's 1 against 2. They haven't lost in 14 games. We're obviously number 1 in the world, and we lost against them last year away, so I suppose it's probably the biggest game of Six Nations, isn't it? Us against them, and listen, it'll hopefully decide how it goes, the tournament, so yeah, it's a massive game.
Just one final one for me, if you don't mind. Last time round, COVID came and scuppered your chance when you were probably very much in the running to play against France. Does this feel like the closing of a circle now for you, that at last you're getting that opportunity?
Again, I haven't really thought too deep into it. You've probably thought more than me, but it'll be nice to get another game in a row. Just for myself, it went pretty well last week. There's obviously things to improve on, but I'm just looking to put in a good performance this week, and hopefully that leads to a team win.
Wish you well, thanks.
Thanks.
Stuart, do you have any conversations with Andy about his performance and what he is happy with?
We had a chat yesterday just about how the game went. He obviously had a couple of things for me to improve on from the weekend. He's happy with other things, but yeah, I think every performance he looks into, each individual, pretty in-depthly. So yeah, he had things for me to work on, and I agreed. Yeah, it was stuff I looked at as well, and hopefully I can sort of bring that to the game this week.
How much confidence do you take from the fact that the last 4 games you've won, that you have started?
Yeah, it's obviously great. It's easy when you're coming into such a good team. We're number 1 in the world. We haven't lost too much over the last sort of 24 months. So I think it's more the confidence to go into a team that's playing very well and just fitting in and not trying to do anything too special, just playing my own game. That's sort of what I've taken from it.
And just lastly, looking ahead to France, it's going to be a totally different game this weekend. How are you approaching it?
Yeah, obviously confident. We're normally very good at home, touch wood. We're going with confidence. We've won our last, 4 games, 2 of them away in New Zealand. I'd be fairly confident, but you never know in this game.
Stuart, when you say you think you're a better player now, what specifically did you work on? What areas did you improve on to get you a regular starting spot or at the moment anyway?
I think everything all round. I think I just know the game better now than I did when I was 23, 24. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of how Andy wants us to play the game, understand where I need to be and how to help the rest of the team. It's not just sort of about how I'm playing, it's how I get everybody else involved in the game, and obviously he can still carry, he can still offload, but I think some of the passing game and hopefully some of the kicking game has shone through over the last 2 or 3 years, not just for Ireland but from a club.
When you look at the France-Italy match, and I know you'll expect a better performance from France, but what aspect of their performance do you think you can put into your game plan?
Don't want to give too much away, do you? No, Italy are a pretty good team now. It's not a surprise that they put in such a good performance against France. I don't think the French played terribly. I think just Italy have improved so much over the last few years. So, there's things we've been looking at this week. I think we concentrate more on ourselves and what the French are doing, to be honest. So, I don't really take too much part in what the game plan is. I sort of know what I have to do.
Sure, how much are you looking forward to the day when you walk in here and you don't ask you about it, it's being around in here and all that?
No, it's still nice to come in here. It'll be if we keep on stringing games together and good performances and wins, hopefully we'll be coming in here too much saying, it's been a while since my last cap. So yeah, that'll be 5 in a row now at the weekend. So it's a nice place to be in. So it is.
Do you feel incrementally more comfortable each time? Even the fact that you threw that skip pass for your first touch on Saturday, you just right into the game straight away?
I suppose that's the time in the shirt. It's age as well. I've played rugby a lot longer now. I feel a lot more comfortable with my game and what I can do. I'd say whether that's in the first minute or that's in the 80th minute, I'm fairly comfortable with how to play the game now, where maybe I was overthinking a bit when I was younger.
Some of your best games have come against French teams, Ulster, you've gone toe-to-toe with Toulouse, La Rochelle over time. What have you learned about playing against some of their best players in those times, and what have you gained from going toe-to-toe and playing well against them?
I think I've learned don't kick a kick off to DuPont against Toulouse. That was a good one when he went the 80 metres at the start. No, like they all have unbelievable individual moments. Like there's been times in the games where you obviously sit back and you're like, this guy's out of this world. But I think what I've learned really is like you can grind them down. There's mistakes in them. You stick to your game plan. Don't let them get that momentum and get in the front foot and get those wee short balls off 9. You can really get into them and you can force mistakes on them. There's mistakes in them.
And Stuart, before the Wales game, there was some last minute changes. Keane Healy, James Gibson-Park, obviously Ty Furlong, which you knew in advance. As a squad, what's your initial reaction when you hear news like that last minute?
It's obviously disappointing. Like they're obviously great players for us and they have been over the last few years. So it's disappointing they're not playing, but it's full confidence in everybody that's in this squad at the minute and anybody that comes in. I think everybody has a really good understanding of what we want to do as a team, whereas maybe in the years gone by, people coming in didn't. So I had full confidence in the guys coming in. I know Andy obviously had full confidence in the guys coming in, and they showed that at the weekend.
That feeds into the squad depth that everybody talks about this squad in particular. Is that something that's changed over the years, say when you made your debut for Ireland to now?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I can speak for the centres firsthand. There's pretty good depth there with the 4 of us and Jamie coming in now and James Ewan playing up at Ulster as well. So yeah, I think every position there's a good lot of depth now, and that's something that I know they've been striving for over the years. If you'd lost one player in the years gone by, you might have struggled, but I think now nearly every position you've got someone nip at the heels of the guy who has a shirt.
So have you ever played a winning match against France? Andy, I don't think has coached an Irish team that's beaten France. Have you played a match?
Nope, never played France when we've won, so never played France. So
what do you think of if if Ireland don't beat France in Dublin? Is there any merit in saying they could struggle to beat them in the World Cup in France if they come up against them?
you probably would say that, wouldn't you? But we could have a bad day, they could have a brilliant day. That's rugby sometimes, isn't it? I don't think, like, we're not looking at the World Cup right now, so we're looking at winning the Six Nations and winning this game. It's not really, there's obviously a plan in place for the World Cup, but I know the players aren't thinking about it right now. The players are thinking about what the next game is and winning the Six Nations first. Listen, France could come out on Saturday and put in the best performance of all time, and we might lose playing against a brilliant team, but that's rugby.
Stuart, you've had some astonishing support on television from, say, Stephen Ferris, who has just demanded you get in the team at the risk of himself falling out with other people. The Ulster fans have been terrific. The boards have been, for years, like for a long, long time. Was that any help to you? Was that any kind of a beacon as things were going along?
No, it's always nice to hear, especially from your home fans. I suppose they're the ones that were watching me play every week and maybe not understand the decisions why I wasn't playing, but I always thought the guys that were in there were doing a good job. There was times at the start, under Joe, where I thought I maybe didn't get the rub of the green, but the guys over the last years, Bundy and Robbie, have been playing unbelievably when they play for Ireland. So to me, it's nice to hear. It's nice to hear your fans giving you that support, but I understood the decision why I wasn't playing at times, so it helped, but that's rugby, isn't it?
I had a look at that England match again quickly. What I wrote, and what a number of people wrote, that's the match in which you were dropped, and a number of the newspapers thought you were man of the match. That's the match in Twickenham. So that's a different coach now. Did he tell you anything as to why you were dropped? It was never explained fully to the media. We all thought you had a really stand-up game. Okay, Ireland lost. Did that play in your head, or was there any explanation given to you?
I honestly can't really remember the game now. I remember bits of it. I don't remember anything being said after it. I remember Jared Payne was coming back from injury, and it was me, him and Robbie were the centres. So I think it was the next game after that, and he brought Jared back in and I wasn't the team, and it was time where Joe wouldn't put a centre on the bench, so it wasn't, if I wasn't starting I wasn't going to play, so that maybe played a bit into it. But no, it's been a long time. Obviously it was probably had a bit more hard feelings at the time, but I'm a bit older. It's that's the way it is. Sometimes you don't get the luck, you don't get the rub of the green.
Does it make you relish every time you do get it now? Like a little bit more? What you mean?
Yeah, like it's not what I know I've said. It's not what I've been through. It's not the end of the world. It's only rugby at the end of the day. But obviously, I put a lot of time and effort into trying to be the best rugby player I can be. So yeah, it's nice. It's nice when you do get games. It's nice to get in there and show what I can do. And like I think it went pretty well over the last 4 games, hopefully 5 at the weekend. So yeah, it's nice. Like I think everybody else is playing for Ireland. It's the pinnacle sort of your game, isn't it? It shows. It's kind of like, how do I put it? I'm struggling for words, but yeah, it's kind of where the pinnacle I wanted to get to. So yeah, it's nice playing.
Do you feel those tough moments got you to this point? Like, do you think you'd be the player you are if you didn't have those low times?
Maybe a lot of it's time insured as well. Sometimes, isn't it? Like if you're playing a lot of games, I feel like I could have got a run of form and maybe play a lot more games early on in my career. But yeah, it makes you. I'd say it makes me relish it a bit more when I am playing. So yeah, I do appreciate it a lot more now playing.
Get a message from Stephen Ferris when you were picked, when he saw you were picked again?
No, I didn't. But I'd speak to Stevie every time he's doing the Ulster games and stuff. So yeah, no, I've always seen he's been a big supporter.
Are they, when you look at the footage of France over the last, I'm sure you've got a profile of all of them, are they very different from what France playing instead of Dante? Does he present a very different picture?
Yeah, Dante's fairly direct, isn't he? I knew that still that when we were playing La Rochelle, he was pretty devastating against us when we were playing the Aviva there. I think the game changes a lot. I think Rafana's a bit more guile about his game. He's a bit better feet and stuff, but Dante's that physical threat, isn't he? He's great at the breakdown, so that'll be something we won't miss at the weekend.
Do you think so much is just being alive at the time where you don't, that you have to be alive, that you can't predict anything different to you?
Yeah, I think some of the stuff they do, like, they're obviously well coached in defence and stuff, but like a lot of it's off the cuff. It's just Dupont or Entamac or any of their backs really, like bouncing out, getting a hand off and making a break, getting an offload, and that's when they're at their most dangerous. So it's just constantly staying switched on, isn't it? And being aware of that, like not a lot of teams can do what they can do.